All right, so the garden still isn't finished. As you can see, I still need to go get some more mulch and finish this area. But I'm just about finished. I'm going to Lowe's again today to go get some more. So anyway, I have some partially munched tomatoes. I left them sitting out, unfortunately, and some deer decided they were going to snack on them. So hopefully they put off some suckers where I could still get some tomatoes. But if not, that is what it is. So here's a little tour for now. This is where I have a lot of herbs. So got the chives, garlic chives. I've got nasturtiums in here. Cilantro that's self-seeded pretty much everywhere. Got some parsley over there, letting that go to flower because supposedly they help with the flea beetles that I now have. Got some borage right in there that's self-seeded, same as these. I have not planted borage in probably about 2 years because it just keeps coming back on its own in different places. I had none planted over here or here, but it just decided to come back. Anyway, here's a red currant tomato. There's another one that I'm gonna let climb up this trellis. This is zinnia. I planted some culantro right here in this section, waiting for that to come up. Got some calendula that is there somewhere. I can't see any right now, but it's there. Got some cosmos and things. I have some tansy over here. I don't know if it's gonna make it. It's very small. And got some basil over in this area. So that's that. So again, these are red currant tomatoes. This and that one are yellow pear tomatoes. And then I've got, got some melons growing over here. So that's it right there, that little tiny one. That's a Hale's Best cantaloupe. I think that's a sweet passion melon, and that is a Minnesota midget. Stop. That's a Minnesota midget right there. And then some, whatever they're called, daisies, African daisies. Here are my peppers, all the sweet peppers. And pardon me, but I'm trying to measure out my drip line right now to decide if I need some more or not. Some more peppers, growing some spaghetti squash and flowers and basil in here. Jalapeno peppers, I think. No, Scotch bonnet peppers, I'm sorry. And there's basil, there's marigolds, there's cosmos, and these are the spicy peppers, jalapenos, and what is it? I don't remember. It's spicy. And then over here, got some tomatoes, some more zinnias, and it looks like a sunflower that snuck in there. Some celery, different types of kales and cabbages and stuff. Some flowers, nasturtiums, basil. Got onions all around here. Another sunflower, more basil. These are eggplants on the ends. And I've got dill. It's starting to germinate, but it's kind of small. But I've got dill coming up all over. This is a zucchini. I'm trying to find a place to plant it. No clue where it's going just yet. I think that's my little zinnia friend. Oh, that's not a spicy pepper. That's an arroz con pollo pepper that's being eaten by something. So I'll be out here spraying. That is the jalapeno. And the topping of the peppers really works. This is 2 plants and they are quite lush. So I will definitely be doing that from now on. Here's some garlic that came back from last year. Apparently I missed it. These are mortgage lifter tomatoes. These are terracotta, no, what is it called? Thornburns terracotta, a new type of tomato. For me, there's a little one on there. And then one of the red marigolds that I had from last year came back. Well, when I saved the seeds, it worked, so that's good. Another celery. It didn't do as well as this one during the transplant. This one was fine. This one The leaves all died off, and so I cut off some of the stems, but it's growing back from the middle, so it's fine. Mustard greens, more onions, because they're supposed to repel aphids. I don't know when this is supposed to kick in, because these tomatoes are loaded with aphids. Aphids and flea beetles are very densely populating my garden right now. More nasturtiums. These are purple hull beans. Yeah, purple hull something, cowpeas, sorry. Purple hull cowpeas. These are radishes. They're supposedly good at repelling cucumber beetles. So I have another melon here and another one here. So I'm hoping that that will keep the cucumber beetles off of the melons. Some bee balm, more marigolds. These are a different kind of cowpea. I can't remember it right now. Black eyed peas, sorry. Can't remember the exact name. These are more of the purple hull peas back here. More kale and lacinato dinosaur kale. Bachelor buttons, cosmos. These are Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes here. There's some dill, another marigold, and some holy basil or Tulsi basil. Here is some mint with diatomaceous earth on top. I have 2 sugar baby watermelons planted in here. They haven't germinated yet. Hopefully they will. Here is the Coccazella di Napoli zucchini, striped Italian zucchini. Here is a Paul Robeson tomato. It is taller, but I planted it really deep, and I put some wood chips around it because I plan to do that on all of them, but because the leaves were touching the ground, I didn't want it to get too diseased. Basil, obviously. Night sky petunias and green bush zucchini. And there are some, no, I think the flowers died that I planted in there. So I put some seeds for basil and stuff. More garlic that came back. Apparently I missed it last year. I'm going to tear this stuff out, refresh the soil, and probably put some flowers and stuff in there. Nasturtiums, looks like a zinnia. Basil sprouts all over the place, which I planted them in one specific place, but the water apparently moved them wherever it wanted. That is, I think it's agastache. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. So that's that. And there is, I think, angel hair spaghetti squash in here by Johnny Seeds. I grew that last year. It's a small spaghetti squash. And here are a lot of the plants. Please excuse me. I was just dropping stuff out of my garden as I was working. All of the plants that I bought, most of them were discounted from $1 to $3 to $5 at Lowe's because they look in very bad condition. Look at these poor sunflowers. But that's all right. I'm gonna get them back. So yeah, that's that. Again, drip line, sorry, excuse me. Collards, more kale, collards, stuff. I don't know what kind of watermelon this is, but this is it trailing. When it gets long enough, I'm gonna put it up this trellis. That's a Moon and Stars watermelon there. The spots help to identify it. More cosmos, another watermelon. That's another zucchini. I'm gonna give that away because I don't have any room for any more zucchinis. Different types of, what are these called? Nasturtiums, lantana, more marigolds, and a polar bear zinnia. Another watermelon, more greens, and more radishes strewn throughout. I think those are poppies. I don't know. They came up by themselves, so I'm letting them grow. And then these are sunflowers. I had to replant them because I've planted them twice in my flower bed, and a mouse or a chipmunk or something keeps coming and eating it. So I'm growing them in here, and then hopefully if I transplant them large enough, they won't eat them. Hopefully. Doubt it. Hopefully. But whatever. Anyway, more watermelons. Watermelon, which again, when they trail, I'll let some of them, I'm gonna put some pine bark mulch down over the soil, so some of them will be allowed to just trail over the ground, and then the other ones I will grow up this arch trellis, which yeah, anyway. And then more greens, more radishes, more cosmos, alyssum, nasturtiums, and I planted some more zinnia seeds in here. I'm gonna have more containers going down this row. I haven't finished mulching and weeding back there to keep it from migrating in here. Fabric, sorry. Trying to clean up stuff. And then this is another spaghetti squash and more garlic that I missed, and a sunflower. And then there's more basil growing in here and lots of weeds. Still don't know what that is, but it is all over the place, and I'm on a mission to eradicate whatever this is this year. Here are an extra dahlia. I didn't really have any more room over there, so it's right here because I think I'm gonna take this garlic, another place where I missed it. I'm gonna take this out and I'm gonna plant the dahlias in there, and a sunflower that reseeded itself, and then I stuck some not so great looking nasturtiums into the dirt, but they seem to be bouncing back. It's kind of small, but they'll be all right. I wanted a living wall kind of thing. I still have to get behind this fence again to clean it up, but I wanted a living wall so this would all be covered. So I planted some runner beans behind these pots. So they're going down there. It's not the prettiest, but I want to have this covered and for it to also be edible, so an edible landscape kind of thing. Getting some more dirt to fill these up because they take a lot of soil. 18 gallons, that's a lot. Oh, and then these are pickling cucumbers. I can't remember which kind. I think these are these are Boston pickling cucumbers, and these are national pickling cucumbers, and more beans. So I planted achievement runner beans, scarlet runner beans, and dragon tongue beans, which oftentimes send out runners, so I figure they can just climb too. So that's what's back there. Then here's the little flower corner again with the Gerbera daisies and some lavender. So that's most of it. Okay, I missed some. Here are more purple hull beans, some more greens, and I think these are garden peas or Lincoln peas. I can't remember which ones, but they are actually starting to produce peas. There's a little baby Cosmo. It shouldn't be that small, but poor thing stayed in the pot too long and I stunted it. Here are some Shasta daisies that I really want to get rid of them, but they do look nice when they bloom. So anyway, that is the garden tour for now. Heading to Lowe's to finish this off and get some more dirt, plant my tomatoes and another zucchini, and I'll be good. All right, check you later.